Hey, what's up guys? It's Luke Beller. The Packers just keep making moves, so I'm going to keep making videos on this channel. Robert Tonyan gets the second round tender, so we'll sort of break that down in today's video. But just wanted to let you guys know I just put out my very first video on my Madden channel. If you want to see it, it will be linked at the top of the description and in the comments, so if you guys want to go check that out, feel free to go do that. So taking a look at Robert Tonyan getting the second round tender. Honestly, these tenders are a little confusing. So basically how these restricted free agent tenders work, so there are three possible options the Packers could have put on Robert Tonyan. They could have done a first round tender, which is worth $4.76 million. They could have done a second round tender, which is $3.38 million. Or they could have done a right of first refusal tender, which is $2.13 million. So they decided to do the second round tender costing $3.38 million. Basically what this means is Tonyan's basically able to go out and negotiate with other teams. Another team could potentially make an offer on Robert Tonyan, but because he is a restricted free agent, the Packers have the ability to come in and match that offer. If the Packers decide to not match the offer of the other team, the Packers get a second round draft pick from the other team in return. So that's basically what that all means. So the Packers decide to place this tender on Robert Tonyan. And then this is what Tom Silverstein said. He said the Packers have submitted a $3.38 million restricted free agent tender to Robert Tonyan, which sets the compensation at a second round pick if the team were not to match an offer, a source said. It pretty much guarantees Tonyan will be back and could lead to a long-term deal. So Tom Silverstein seems to think that, with the Packers placing this second round tender on him, another team is not going to be willing to give up a second round pick for Robert Tonyan. Is that the case? I'm not completely sure, but that seems to be what he thinks, and so maybe that's the case. But taking a look at Robert Tonyan in the 2020 season, some of his stats. So of 34 tight ends who were targeted at least 40 times in the passing game, he was the number one in catch percentage at 89.7%, number one in drop percentage, 0. He had 0 drops, which is crazy. And with number one in passer rating when targeted, which is 148.3. So there's no question that Robert Tonyan was one of the best tight ends in the NFL in 2020 when it came to solely, play-by-play production. Some people, I've seen argue that it's just because of the Packers scheme. If you would have put any other tight end in there, they could have done similar things because the Packers just scheme him open. Maybe that's the case, but I definitely think Robert Tonyan is a very talented player. I'm excited to have him back in the 2021 season, most likely, unless a team comes in, decides to offer him a lot of money, and the Packers are like, oh, we don't want to, spend that much money on him. Maybe that could happen. I've seen some people talk about if another team who liked Tonyan were to come in and say, okay, we really like Tonyan, maybe we'll pay him $5 to $10 million a year. And if they front load that contract, which could put the Packers in a tough position, maybe the Packers come in and get that second round pick for Robert Tonyan. Who knows what's going to happen with him, but it seems that he should be back in the 2021 season unless another team's like, we want Tonyan. But that's all I have for today. So if you guys want to see more Packers news content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. I'm about to put out another tender video right after this one, so stay tuned for that one. If you want to see that Madden video, it will be linked at the top of the description and at the comments. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.